They are names and then they are legends. Some legacies are built over years, while others take decades to unfold. In Uganda, one name stands as a monument to rhythm, resilience, and artistry. For half a century, this name has been synonymous with the very heartbeat of Ugandan music. They are a living institution, a national treasure whose melodies have soundtracked our joys, soothed our sorrows, and ignited dance floors across generations, defying every political upheaval and artistic trend. From the vibrant rhythms of African rumba to the timeless storytelling in Luganda, the artistry has crafted an enduring legacy that celebrates 50 years of unforgettable sound. Tonight, we have the immense privilege of sitting down with the visionaries, the legends who created the extraordinary legacy. Tonight's episode of the Hard Questions Show features the legendary Moses Matovu, a musician, writer, performer, instrumentalist, and founding father of the Afrigo Band, who is truly a walking piece of motion. Mr. Moses Matovu, thank you so much for accepting
You are most welcome
to be with us. I just wanted to start by thanking you personally for your contribution to the music, creative, and entertainment industry in this country.
You are most welcome.
And so I know that people define music differently. Some will tell you it's life, some will tell you it just soothes the heart, some will tell you it's love.
Yeah.
How do you define music?
Actually, it's a long story. Music is like another profession. You can do something, maybe you are an engineer, you're a good builder, you have to set up something so that people may try to understand you, because you are not going to be the first person to do that. But thank God, we've been trying. For me, I started a long time ago in 1967 when I was 18 years old. That's when I started to come in the music industry. But has been long. But when I think about it, it looked like yesterday. So I don't know how that comes. But because of love of music, all my life I've put it in music. And also, I don't know how I can say it, but without music, really, I know I cannot enjoy. I don't mean dancing, but that is part of my life. Listening to music. Down there are very great, good, really musicians with good ideas musically. So myself, I'm a saxophonist. Can give you an example. If someone plays an instrument, to identify that is this, that is so and so, it takes time. It takes time, because now, as I've told you, I'm a saxophonist, but some people can identify my horn, the sound which I do on this horn. They can simply identify it. Those who are following me, they can say, that is Moses. But it's not a one day's work.
And not being a one day's work, as a young boy starting at 18 years old, with big dreams in the career, you were certainly doing some other thing before music. Did you ever think this journey of making 50 years that Afrigo will be celebrating next month, did it ever occur to you that one day you'll be celebrating 50 years?
No, it wasn't in my mind, but I thank God for that, because it's a great achievement, especially in Africa, more so in Uganda, to be with a band entertaining people for 50 years. Really, it's a big journey. It's a long journey.
Were there moments when you thought, this could be it? I think we are done. This could be our last year. This could be our last performance. I mean, 50 years, I want to believe there's so much that happened in there. How were you able to just stick to that and just move on 50 years later?
It is because of love of music. As I said, music is part of my life. I cannot be in my room or my bedroom when the radio is not on. You see, so even I cannot fail to sleep when the radio, I don't say, let me switch off the radio so that I sleep.
You sleep with the radio on?
On, playing music. Now we have this FM radio station. They are on the air 24 hours. You see? So music is part of my life. And so far, I've never done another work, another job besides music. When I was 18, that's when I started. Before I started music, I was a footballer. Played for clubs like Express, the former Afrigo Boys, Lint Marketing Board, Younger Salumbe, Meat Packers, so many clubs, Fiat. So that's when I decided to leave football, competitive football. Just I play football for keeping me fit. I'm still playing, but I just play looking for fitness.
It must have been difficult to make that decision. I mean, the successful career. At that time, maybe there are not so many footballers, I want to believe.
They were there.
But at that level of playing for Express, but then the switch to, okay, this is what I want to do. Was there anything that triggered you to just switch to music altogether?
At first, when I loved football so much, but when I realized that you cannot be, let's say, 40 years and you are still playing. It is not possible, except when you become a coach. So when I decided to move with the music, because now I'm 76, but I can still sing, can still blow my horn. So it is not like playing football when you are old guy, but when you're a musician, you can keep on. You have strengths and you have the ideas. So that's why I decided to go ahead with music.
So at 76, what would you say would be your biggest achievement and success in terms of music? Could it be the albums you produced? Could it be the money you've made out of it? Could it be the change and the longevity you have had in the industry? How would you put your success out there and say, I am successful because of ABC?
Actually, been thinking about that, but sometimes I fail to get the answer. As you know, our economy here, you want to plan. Like now, as Afrigo would like to have an academy for producing young upcoming musicians, at least to share knowledge with other people, because now in Uganda things have changed. Before we started, there was nobody could come with his child or children asking you to teach them music. But these days, somebody comes with their children or his daughter, whatever, says, this young girl of mine, she loves your band, and she would also want to sing like Joanita, or somebody would like to play the drums, the keyboard, the guitar, the saxophone. Parents come here with their children. So that's why I'm saying I'm happy. Before I leave the stage, I would like to see that I have an academy where I can share what I know to other people so that they can also get something from me.
What makes Afrigo Afrigo? What's that one thing that makes you different from all these other music brands many years later? What would someone look at and say, okay, that's Afrigo? Is it the kind of music you play? Is it the instruments? What makes you different?
Actually, there are so many things, but at first we have interest, commitment, and discipline. Those three things have kept us in the industry, music industry, because for us, we've stayed here for quite a long time. Besides politics, there are other things also in the music industry, like indiscipline, taking too much alcohol, don't respect your work. Those are the principles which you have to be with. Music is like any other profession. So you have to be with principles. That is commitment, interest, and discipline. Those three things can take you, the sky is the limit.
Which gets me to when the lights are off, when the cameras are off, there is no sound, there is no instrument. Who are you as a person? And what is Afrigo when everything shuts down at the end of the day?
I don't feel like as I could be, because as I've said, for me, I don't switch off my radio. After listening to news, I just go somewhere where there is music.
So do you like use your internet and go to the phone?
Do
you use the TV, or it's specifically a radio?
Radio, and these days communication
Yeah.
wide.
Yeah.
Where there is, I take music like food. Where there is food, it is where I look for. You see, and when you take time, a long time in the field of music, your understanding changes, because like now for me, I love jazz. There are many types of jazz. There is Latin jazz. There are those, the Puerto Ricos, the Latins, South America. If you go to South Africa, there are so many good jazz musicians individually, even the group. So sometimes I don't listen so much to kind of music whereby I'm not gaining something. Because for me, I'm a saxophonist, I'm a singer. I look for those guys who are better than me, because there are many. There are very many. And these days it's very easy. For us, when we started, it was very difficult to have a record player, maybe cassette player, whatever. You can buy the song, but you don't have a player. How are you going to listen to that music? But now it is easier. You can Google on YouTube. You just put the name, like now, if I want Manu Dibango. Manu Dibango, those are the kings of saxophone in Africa. That's why I said it takes time. Somebody to identify that is so and so. But through instruments, somebody can play guitar and you say, that is so and so. Saxophone. So you have to try to see that you have the originality of your sound.
The birth of Afrigo, through your time at the Crane, and then you and some colleagues decide, we need to start up something. What triggered you the most? What could have been the moment you felt we need to start something of our own? And this could help someone out there who is scared of starting. How was it for you to make that decision?
Actually, we were younger by then. That is, let's say 1974. We are in the Crane's band. We are about 8 musicians. So the management of the Cranes band decided to stop the band to continue performing. It was so sad because we didn't know, but they didn't tell us what happened, but they just said, next month we are going to stop to play. So everybody can go wherever he wants. And for us, we were about 6 musicians, colleagues. We said, no, we cannot just stop playing music because that is the only work we could get, the earning and whatever. So we said, no, let's stay together and we look for somebody who could at least buy for us equipment, because it was not easy to start a band without even a string, a guitar. So we just passed through our funds of then, telling them the problem we had. Luckily enough, that regime was Amini's regime. When the Cranes band stopped, we are performing at the Silver Springs Hotel, Old Port Bell Road. We are there performing every week from Tuesday to Saturday. So when the band stopped, we looked for the guys, the sympathizers who could help us to fund us so that we could buy the musical instruments. More so, it was not easy because Idi Amin had chased away the Asians. We had, by then I remember, we had 2 shops selling the musical instruments on Kampala Road.
Just 2 shops in the whole
Yeah,
country?
only 2, but they were...
And extremely expensive.
They're very expensive. So we didn't have money. Luckily enough, that was the period when the OAU was going to be held here by the Amini's government of then. The OAU was here. So they had to buy good new instruments for the hotels, because the visitors were going to be in the... Yeah. So that's what the luck which we got. Somebody, a friend of ours, said, hey, you want equipment? The Uganda told the deporters they are going to sell all the old instruments of the Uganda hotels because they are going to have new equipment preparing for the OAU. Could you go there? Yeah, we said, thank you very much. We went there. Luckily enough, we found some of them which we are not being sold. Because so the problem was now money. The equipment we are there, not very good, but to start with, we are very lucky to at least to find those equipments. What we did, we went to the guy, the late Leonard Mugwanya. He was secretary of Uganda Electricity Board. He had a bar. This bar on Bombo Road, opposite Novik, teacher's house actually, if you know teachers, opposite Novik Hospital. So down there was that bar and restaurant of that late Leonard Mugwanya. So he said, oh, you go and look for those instruments and you tell me the money, I'll give the money to you and you bring the equipment. We said, that is good. We went, we collected those musical instruments which were there. We told him that we got the instrument and they need some, I don't remember the money actually. It was maybe 50,000 by then. 50,000. It was a lot by then because the gym money had value. So he gave us that money and we went and purchased the equipment. Then we started to perform at his restaurant and bar, Mr. Mugwanya.
And that is like how long a week? A
week we are performing from Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sundays, we are not performing. But we had a friend who was the foods and beverage manager in Cape Town Villa. Cape Town Villa, that hotel was taken over by the president's office of then. So that guy was working there as foods and beverage manager. He said, why don't you come to perform at our place there every Sunday? Said, why not? We went there, performed for about a month. The late Idi Amin, usually that was his place of going to swim and relax.
And at that time, were you as big as now? Were you?
No,
that,
we are just...
that everyone hears Afrigo and they say, oh, Afrigo Band.
Yeah, so it was just, that was just our starting. Then when we played for a month, the president, Amin, was hearing the band from where he was, because the swimming pool was near to that hotel. So he was listening to the band. So he loved our music. That's why he asked the manager that could we agree to be a resident band in that hotel. Then we said, why not? It was a chance.
The president asked?
The president asked. So we hoped that that was a great chance. Then we went to the office the following day. We were briefed by the manager. We said, there's no problem. Except these equipments we are performing with are not ours. Belongs to the other man. He said, okay. What you do, you can ask him whether he can sell the equipment to the hotel or whatever. Then when we went to Mr. Mugwanya, he said, I cannot sell you my instruments. But what you can do, keep on using them, but when you get yours, please bring my equipment back. He said, thank you very much. He was a very great guy. So we worked for about 3 months using his equipment until when we got new equipment. Very good machines. We got them from the State House in Entebbe. It was a go down, very big store full of equipment. Because as I told you, the OA was coming.
So it was the others that had been bought?
Yeah.
So they had collected them?
Yes.
So they had asked you to come and choose whichever you needed?
Choose whatever. Because they were for all the Uganda hotels. So we got a chance, we are very happy to have new equipment. It was great. So we started from there as a resident band in Cape Town Villas, performing from Tuesday up to Sunday. Actually, we performed there from 1977, late 76, until 79 when the war broke up. We left. As I told you, the equipment were not ours actually, although we are working there, but they didn't belong to us. When 79 war broke up, we just left. We couldn't go with anything. So all the equipments were looted and we went back to square zero. You see? So that was also a problem.
How did you overcome that time? Political turmoil?
It was there, but as you know, we are just at the low profile. We didn't do anything. We are just relaxing.
Was there a point when you thought we could be mistaken for being Amin's people? Because it is a war, it's happening.
Yeah, it was a war, but also it was a great chance because we didn't interfere with any family, like going to somebody, asking for money, because his relative was taken to maybe to CID or police. We didn't do anything. We are just on our music only. So that was very good on our side. Nobody could come and attack me or my friends. We survived from there until when the war ended, and then we started to look for equipment. But it was not easy. Yeah. It was not easy. As I told you, we had only 2 Asian shops for the selling equipment. But as I checked them, they were nowhere to get the equipment except from abroad. And we had sympathizers, whom we called sympathizers, going to his office, talk with him. He said, you want equipment? I usually go to Japan, China. There are so many equipment. That is not a problem. So we are happy to find such people. But he says, no, I'm now going to China. I'll be coming here within 1 month. So we are keeping on him to see, because we had a hope that this guy is going to help us to start the band again. But when we went to his office, he said, hey, my friend, musical instruments are very, very expensive. When I tell you the total they told me to pay for the equipment, those could be about 10 matatus. How can I? So it was very, very bad on our side, you see. So it was not easy.
But how did you maneuver that time? You're not working, you're not singing, something that you love. So at that time, do you have other means of financing yourselves? How do you keep the group together?
We had nothing, actually. I can't lie to you. We only survived through friends. You see, giving you something, because funds also, they are true friends, because if somebody loves your music or whatever you do, he sympathizes with you. So we decided to go to Nairobi. For me, I had a thought that why don't we go to Nairobi? Because, okay, equipment we allotted, but I had 2 saxophones, like this tenor and alto and a trumpet. So I told one of my colleagues that why don't we go to Nairobi? Because here things are not easy. Then he said, give me a week to think about it. So I waited for him. He came, he said, you see, we shouldn't go to Nairobi. He had his reasons. Say, now we have family, how are we going to do, such things. And also, I lost the hope. We decided, because I thought that if I have 2 saxophones with a trumpet, my colleague was a trumpeter, myself saxophone, like this is tenor, this alto, I could sell one of these and we start from there. That was my thinking.
And at the time, how much was this?
This one, it was about $2,500 of then, but it was a lot of money. Now it is coming to 5,000 something. That is the second hand. But when it's new, it is much more money than this. So we decided to stay here. We started again from zero, because all the instruments we are looking.
Were you still at the same group, the group that had started, or at that time you had people who had?
We are together. We are not very many. We are about 8,
okay.
6.
So you are still the same team?
We are still we are together, because we didn't want to break. We had confidence in ourselves. because we thought that if we could go to Nairobi or Dar es Salaam in East Africa, yeah, we could get job because we are steady playing so many types of music. We were confident that we can do something until we settled from here. We had a sympathizer who helped us with a little money and to start hiring those equipment from other guys who had the instruments. And slowly, slowly we build up. And the situation changed. We started to perform again at Little Flowers every Friday and Saturday. We kept on doing that routine. Then things changed well. We started to get jobs like wedding, private parties like that, and perform every Friday and Saturday at Little Flowers. Then Sunday, we started to perform at Gaba's Beach. There is a gentleman called Chiwanuka. He had the beach there. We performed from there every Sunday. So things kept on changing on better on our side.
In terms of building a brand, big brand like Afrigo that has been here for all these years, celebrating 50 years, that has had individual brands within the bigger brand. How difficult is it, and how were you able to manage the organization, the institution, but also manage the big names to bring them together under one roof, even when at times you might have disagreements? How were you able to put everything down and just move forward?
We had principles and we had love for the group, because you cannot keep on breaking the band or the brand and then rebuild it or whatever. So we are working collectively together. We love what we had formed, because it's not easy today to be with a good drummer. He left, then you get another one, then you are starting again. You don't move. What we do, we could listen to each other because of our group. Making a group is not easy, but it can be easy when you are working together. And we have principles, discipline, and interest. But it was not easy, as you know. A human being is a human being. Somebody can today don't feel like performing, whatever. But being a leader, you could also don't think that when you are a leader, and it's not only me who could play alone. We play. If you don't have a drummer, you cannot play. If you have a bass player, you don't have a guitar. So everyone is important because of his contribution or her contribution. So that heart, we had it. And we were young by then. Sometimes when you grow together, it becomes a family. Even though you quarrel, but you can forget about that and then you keep on going.
What has changed over the years from the time you started? Generations have come. There is advancement of technology. There are new artists that have come through. TikTok as new ways that music is being, put out there. At the time when you had to sell a CD, at the time when you had to personally move the music, how did you make money at that time? What has changed in the way money is made from music? Someone will say, but how do artists make money? So as someone has been there all through, what has changed from the time when you guys were making that money that way and today, and how have you guys changed to fit into that kind of system?
That's a good question. For us, when we came to this industry, when you were a band, you were a resident band somewhere in a certain place. You are being managed, being paid by the management of the place where you perform from, like a bar. The owner of the bar is the one who pays you. We could get little private parties like wedding, uh, other functions like that privately. It was not easy. So it changed slowly but slowly, so that also we could change our mind. We say, why don't we do this by ourselves? Like going to a hotel and you hire the place, you collect the money by yourself at the band. We changed our mind and we started that. That also was not easy, but we continued that way rather than being employed by a certain hotel. Yes. And then from there, we started to record our music. We could get the publishers who could sit together and say, look, we have our songs here, about 10 of them, would like to record them. Basically, we are recording on a cassette because that technology had come. Before, we used to record on albums, discs. But then when the technology changed to cassettes, we went with that. So somebody, a publisher, could we could sit together. We say, we have 10 songs we would like to record. Can you pay the studio? Or we pay the studio, we take the master tape to the publisher, we sit and negotiate the deal.
So how was the negotiation in terms of how do you get that money?
That money, we can say, this is the master. You produce maybe 10,000 copies of the CD and cassettes, but let's share the money, the income.
And at that time, a cassette goes for about
maybe 500. Now we can say we take 60 because we are the owner of the material. You, the publisher, you took 40. Then we said, okay, we started from there. It was good because people there were looking for Ugandan music on cassette, and we are recording these songs with at least good machines. The sound was not bad, although it was not better than those in Europe, but locally it was good. So we are making the living.
So what has changed from that time to now? How do you still get money off your music?
So many things technically change things, the way how people can get money from their works. We had here the guy called Kasiwu Kira, who was a big publisher buying music. And our neighbors from Congo, Rwanda, Kenya, we are looking for cassettes. They were coming here for music. So the business was booming. It was very good. So the bad luck, the other guy was killed, was murdered. So the business collapsed. So we started to go, when we go to the tour like London, US, we recorded from there with at least good quality. That also helped us some funds to keep on buying our music. We started to sell by ourselves, making order, whatever. So many things have changed. Now it is streaming. You go to YouTube, you negotiate so that you can get paid from the YouTube company.
Lately, there is a bill for the creative industry, which is the copyright bill, a law that they want to intend to pass to protect artists, but to see how they gain off their music. Is it something that you think could be important for you?
Yeah, it has taken long. You see, as technology goes on changing, basically it was not difficult. It was not very easy to copy music because formerly it was just a disc. You cannot copy a disc to a disc. We had no that facilities. The copyright law then was that was 1969. That technology, there was nobody who could cheat you reproducing your music without your authority. But when the technology changed to cassette, CD, flash, whatever, it is very easy somebody to copy your song and sell it, you see. But the government, the president of Uganda, revised the copyright law to be a criminal. If you, it's like stealing somebody's watch or a phone. But formerly it was not like that because of the facilities. But now, when the facilities have changed, the technology, it makes it easier somebody to copy your song. He can even use the phone to copy your song, send it to wherever he wants. Now things have changed. People don't buy physical CDs. They only make streaming. And that streaming needs to be with at least an idea, because you cannot look for everyone who could cheat you. But now the government changed that Copyright Law Act, I think by 2006. That's when the copyright law was revised and came to criminal instead of civil. But as you know, our country, things go slow. There are so many radios here. They don't want to pay the royalties. They use the music, and then they say they are helping us to publicize our music. And when you say you live my music, you see, when you ask this young generation that let's sit together so that we can get out of this shit. Because all over the world, musicians don't earn from performances only. They get money out of their works. Like now in Uganda, we are more than 40 million, the population. If you could even sell maybe 10 million copies, that's a lot of money. But we can't, because the selling and buying of music here, it is very, very, there's no seriousness about that. It is because the act, the law, people don't want to comply with that law. As I've told you, the radios are many, but they don't want to pay the royalties. That is the problem. That's why you see we are poor, because we don't earn. We only depend on live performances. But in other countries, somebody can maybe perform thrice a year. But here, you cannot survive when you don't play every weekend, like we are doing now. We perform every weekend so that we need to, yes. But other countries which are organized, they get money, the musicians get money through their works. It's a lot of money. As I've told you, 40 million. If you could get about, let's say, 10 million buying your work, it's a lot of money which can push you.
Are these are the organizations, the musical, forums helping in these kind of conversations?
They are there, but it's a long story. People don't value what we are doing. And the government also is losing, because it could earn money through paying tax, you see, on each material we sell. The government could get something, but as I told you, some people don't value like music,
Could it explain why some people have decided to go to Parliament to legislate some of these laws themselves. There's been trend of music and politics, lately in this country. Could it be some of the reasons why we see this change happening?
Sometimes you may be right, but it's because some people are not in that business. They don't know that music is business. You see, that's my feeling. Because now here we can do videos, can do what audio. That's a lot of money if the government is helping us together as a business.
And you said they have delayed to pass some of these laws.
Yeah,
With constant conversations.
they take time because they don't value it. Musicians are needed only on parties. When somebody has a wedding, you are great. After the wedding, you are nothing. But that is business.
What do you think can change?
I think the people who are in the place where we could be helped, they are not technically, they know nothing about what they are doing. You see, it's like somebody when maybe is a minister for sports and has no interest in games. That's a waste of time, because somebody could also have interest and value the things he's leading. But here it is not like that. That is through my experience. You see, we have here some countries here, like UK, US, China, whatever. A minister, if has interest, he could go there and ask, how do you, in your country, you have the music industry. We would like to help us. How do you do that? But yes, it is not the case.
The government has been funding organizations, associations for musicians. Is it helping?
It is just, it's not, the policy is not there. It is just somebody's wish could pick money from maybe his pocket and gives to the artist. But we don't want that. What we want, we have our materials. Just to give us what? The guide, and it's like another business. For me, I think that some people don't value what we are doing, except when there is a party. Maybe if he wants a song, he doesn't care whether you get something out of it. You see, that is my own thinking, because I've taken long. We are trying. We have to be with the ministry, which is concerned about our problem, but it's not there. If somebody needs some help, if he has a friend, he goes and say, you see, you want some money? Say, not for the whole industry. That is what I say. We don't have the policy. So we are in the air. We are in the air. Like for us, the Afrigo Band, we have so many songs, but we haven't got something out of it because of piracy. You see, because of piracy. But we cannot despair. What we do, we continue and see. Maybe things will change for better.
So internally, when you meet young artists and creatives, people in the entertainment industry, about the same issue for someone who is starting, what sort of guidance do you give to them?
Actually, they are not even there. Some people are not even concerned about that. There are some young ones thinking that when he hears his song or her song on the radio or a TV, that's enough. He doesn't know that he's being used for how him, when he sees his song or video on the TV, that's enough. You see, when you tell him that let's strike, not politically, but to say, you can ask the owner of the radio, the management of those radio stations and TV to stop them from playing our music. But somebody may say, you Mzee Matovu, you've made a name for me who knows me. If we stop these guys to play our music, who will know us? Because if somebody see me on the TV, maybe when he has a party, he can hire me. That is the reasoning they are giving. You see, they are thinking about today's meal. For tomorrow, doesn't care. You see, that is the reason. And these radio presenters, they have earned money from the artists because they put the music, they are in the program, they have the authority to put the song. And that's what I said. If somebody, his music or her music being played on the radio, that's enough. You see that reasoning. Because for me, I was the chairman of Uganda Performing Rights Society for more than 10 years. I used to go, especially in Africa, South Africa, West Africa, North Africa, and these workshops, seminars, and whatever. We share networking with my fellow musicians, senior musicians. They were giving me advice to ask the radios to stop playing music until we negotiate with them. It could be done. Those the ways they have been passing through. It's not new. But because we don't have oneness in our industry, especially here in Uganda. Now, if somebody sees me, say, you're mukadde, that old man, say, no, don't worry about my becoming an old guy. I was not born like this. But what I know, I have the experience. Listen to me. Tunalaba does it. You see, that's why things are not easy. But we have nothing to do. We have to keep on. You see, that's the problem. They don't value our work. You see, you can see somebody can buy these empty CDs and he collect your music, he gets another design and put it and say, Afrigo non-stop by somebody. Say, who gave you authority to do this? Hey, what are you talking about? I bought my CD. This is my collection. Said, yes, it is your collection. But who gave you authority to do that? You see? Now you go, maybe you take him to the police. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. There's nothing going on because of kitu kidogo.
How do you think, and how would you want your fans, the public out there, to come in and support on this issue?
Actually, we, like Honorable Magola, we had those artists in the MPs, the honorables. They have been fighting with, because they are MPs, they know where to go and whatever, but things are just slow. They go and try to...
Do you think it is deliberate that they are slow?
Actually...
Because other laws may maybe probably have much more time turnout.
Yeah.
Is it something that they deliberately don't want to pass?
I don't know, because as I've told you, this guy, I think the right word is to say they don't value our work and they don't sympathize with us like other countries. It is not very difficult to do, but those are the things which they call by the way. So it is not very important, you see. But we could get a lot of money out of it.
Sometimes do you sit and think probably your life would have been different?
Yeah, of course, because if you have money, why not? As I've told you, if we could manage to sell maybe 10 million copies of our work, maybe a year, it's a lot of money. It can keep us running the business. You see? But now you can't.
Many years later, what do you want to be remembered for as Moses Matovu?
I think when you were agent, you leave the legacy, but it's not very easy, especially like this country where people are not being valued. You see, staying with in this industry for 50 years, really, I don't think I can get another 50 years, even though we are going to celebrate. But I don't think I'll have more 50 years to celebrate. It will not be there. But if I could leave my legacy, maybe my family, because I own especially my songs. Those songs could remain there to help my family when they are properly done, but it's not there. So I'm worried. Can't deceive you, I'm worried. You see, and especially in Africa, politics interferes everything.
Tell me more about
that. Especially in Africa, you have to be with the influence somewhere, or you have to decide to be on a side. And for me, I don't like it because it is dangerous.
Have you ever been mistaken, probably through your songs, to want to?
There are so many, like Speedy Control. That was an voted too. They took me to the CID, questioning me about why did I sing that song. Then I said, what? I composed my song asking the reckless drivers to go slowly to reduce the speed because it's dangerous.
What did they think? What did they tell you?
They said that we know you people. You sing this, but on the other side you are meaning.
Do you see that trend happen even today? Is it something that has followed these governments all through? For artists being mistaken for probably what they are doing, or even
they are there. They are there. Somebody can change to his side. You see, say this man did this and that. You see, that's why we say we don't want to get involved in politics straight away. It is dangerous. That is my opinion. It is dangerous.
There's someone out there who is planning on a wedding or a party, and they want to invite Afrigo Band because it's their dream for Afrigo Band to
That's very good.
But they probably think that the prices, like Afrigo Band, is quite expensive.
That is just exaggeration. It is we sit together and negotiate. But someone can say, Afrigo Band is very expensive. but it's not that way. It's just exaggeration. Some people can just talk like that. But it's nice if someone needs the band to come to me or to other colleagues, and we sit and we discuss.
Afrigo at 50.
Afrigo at 50.
About 2 weeks to go.
Yes.
How ready are you? How excited are you?
Actually, we've been planning every day. We are planning, do this, do that. We can't finish everything, but we are ready. We are getting ready.
All right.
Because it is on the other, as you said, in 2 weeks' time. That will be held on Saturday, 16th of August this year.
I just want to give you a second to look at that camera and then invite people to the concert.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dear fans and music lovers, I would like to remind you that Afrigo Band is making 50 years in the business, and we shall be having that show on Saturday, 16th of August this year. We have a guest star from Congo, Kinshasa, Vie Kofi Olomide will be with us. on that day. So please come and support us to celebrate the 50 years anniversary.
Moses Matovu, thank you
You are most welcome.
so much for your time.
Thank you very much. And also thank you for giving me this chance. You see, it is not easy.
Thank you
Thank you very
for
much.
the humility. We've been having a one-on-one with Moses Matovu from the Afrigo Band, the legend himself, at their home as they get ready for the concert that will be happening on 16th of August at Millennium. And we want to invite you all to come and be part of the show. This is The Hard Questions.